Hi, Wonder Class, and welcome to our English lesson on Thursday, the 28th of January 2021. So, what are we going to be learning about today? So, our learning objective today is, can I box up the text map to better understand the structure that's being used? So, if we go through the text map together, and then we're going to look at boxing it up, so splitting out each of the parts of our text map to see the features that are being used. So, Boudica, queen of the Iceni tribe. Have you ever wondered what makes a good leader? Read on to find out more about the famous leader who led her tribe in a rebellion against the Roman Empire. Who was Boudica? Boudica was the joint ruler of the British Iceni tribe who lived in a region of Britain known as East Anglia, with her husband Prasutagus. Under Roman law, Boudica, as a woman, had no right to inherit her husband's property. Prasutagus hoped to safeguard Boudica's position by making an agreement to leave half of his property to Rome. In 59 or 60 AD, Prasutagus died. When Boudica attempted to defy the Romans who had come to seize her property, they had her beaten and attacked her daughters. Physical features. Boudica was a very tall woman with a mass of long red hair. She had fierce eyes and a harsh voice. Boudica was a lady who was noticed. Boudica's army. Boudica rose up and staged a rebellion against the Romans. She brought together tribes to fight against the Romans and tried to force them out of Britain. Boudica led many against the Roman army and the Roman villages. Her army greatly outnumbered that of the Roman attacks. It was in her final battle that Boudica met with defeat. Although her army was large, they were not as skilled and organized as the Roman army. Boudica exemplified a great leader. She was fierce, brave, and fought for what was right. We've got some fast facts and a did you know box with a picture and it's captioned. So that is our text map all about Boudica, which is a non-chronological report. So if we go to the next slide, we can see that this is our box up. So what a box up does is just a quick reminder, is it helps us to pick out all of the things that we see in our actual text map. So we have an introduction, we have a subheading, which is who is Boudica. I'm just going to change the color. Text color red. Another paragraph of physical characteristics, which I can also change to red. Boudica's army. Fun facts and vocabulary words. So these are the things which are included in our text map. So let's see if we can go through it and box it up. So in our introduction, I'm going to flip back and forward. We have got the use of, if I just make this a little bit bigger, we have the use of rhetorical questions and a little bit of information to make you want to read on. So in the introduction, we have got a rhetorical question and a short opening sentence about the person herself. Okay, it's also written in past tense. So who was Boudica? Let's see what information is included in that part of our story map, in part of our text map. So we have who was Boudica, we've got a subheading, and we've got some information about Boudica and who she was. So if we go back, so we have subheading, we have information about Boudica and who she was, history on her, and it's written in past tense. It's also factual information. Okay, let's go to physical characteristics. So Boudica was a very tall woman with a mass of long red hair. She had fierce eyes and a harsh voice. Boudica was a lady who was noticed. So that is very, I would say, very, very, very descriptive. So descriptive language gives a sense of realness to the person, creates an image of her in our heads, adjectives, well, I can say strong adjectives are used to describe her. And we also have got a subheading. Okay, if we go to Boudica's army, that is split into 1, 2, 3 small paragraphs. So we can have here. So we've got paragraphs within the subheadings. Information on her army and the Roman army. What else do we have in our army? So it was in her final battle, it's written in the past tense, and it talks about how she was a great leader. So again, we could have past tense. Then we also move on to the fun facts. So we've got some fast facts or fun facts about Boudica. So we've got where she was born, when she died, other names, her occupation, and her partners. So underneath fun facts of a person that you write about, you might have their name, their surname, their date of birth, if they're not alive anymore, date of death, and their spouse, meaning their husband or wife, and maybe possibly their children as well. So those are just some facts, that other facts added to make more understanding of the person that we're talking about. Vocabulary words that are being used are, as I can see, are also strong adjectives. So if I go back here, I can have a look at some of the words that are being used to describe her. So fierce, harsh, skilled and organized. So these are just words that are being used here. So fierce, harsh, skilled, organized. So those are some of the words that are being used. So here I have the box up. So the box up has now been translated from our text map into the box up, where we can see what things are being used within our text map itself and the features, and how we can use that to then create our own. So that's all you need to do for today's lesson. So I've given you an example, and here are your 3 activities. So your first one is to complete the box up of the non-chronological report. So you might use my one and also add some more information that I haven't put in. Number 2, highlight some of the vocabulary words you think are important from the text and write them in your final box up underneath where it says key vocabulary. And task number 3 is think of another paragraph that could be included in this non-chronological report and write about it. So remember, a non-chronological report can have any kind of information about that person or thing. So think of something else that you might want to include, maybe about Boudica's children, or another paragraph with a subheading that could be used within that text map. Okay, that's all from me today, everybody. Bye, and see you in the next lesson.